Hello there. Welcome back to the new player guide to retail World of Warcraft. My name is Yogurt, and we're back with another episode, leveling up through the campaign in the War Within Season 3. For those of you just joining, our challenge this season is to level a brand new character. Last season we did it on a completely fresh account. This season we're doing it through the lens of a boosted character, one that you would get, boost that you would get through purchasing the War Within expansion. And in order to get started, what we need to do is complete the War Within campaign. So we need to complete the War Within campaign in order to unlock things like world quests and the rest of the campaign chapters. So so far we have leveled through from 70 to 75, and we have completed the first two zones, the Isle of Dorn and the Ringing Deeps. You can watch those in the first two episodes. This series is really aimed at new players, and we're looking to kind of explain everything as we go along. So in the first episode, we only got one level. That was because we were spending a lot of time explaining kind of like what's on the screen, what add-ons are, where key bindings go. I am gonna, just because it's been a little bit, gonna kind of refresh a tiny bit, some abridged versions. But we're just gonna start off by getting into it and picking up the next part of our campaign quest. Campaign quests can be identified with these little sort of chevron icons above characters' heads. We're gonna watch cutscenes. We're not gonna read all the text and all the dialogue.
That crystal.
Star. We call it a star. Belladar.
And we just zoned into Hallowfall. So on your screen, you probably won't see these like weekly radiant caches or this nightfall event, because these are world quests. You will see these two. These are bonus events that you can do for some pretty good XP. The other thing that'll be a little bit different about your playthrough compared to mine, although that has kind of like curbed down a little bit, is the leveling. So I mentioned this in the last video, but I'm going to mention it again here. The first portion of this, there was an event called I don't remember what it was called. You can look at events by clicking on the calendar. Winds of Mysterious Fortune was the name of the event. So Winds of Mysterious Fortune gave us a pretty substantial XP boost. And then in World of Warcraft, the War Within, there's also XP bonuses for leveling your warband characters to max level. So the first 4 warband characters are 5. You get 5% increased additional XP up to level 80. So you will progress slower than I have in this exercise if it's your brand new, just bought the game, first boosted character. Our workaround for that for this video is just that we are going to you have to do the full campaign anyways in order to unlock world quests and delves and like the rest of the world. So we're going to just continue through the full campaign, and we'll kind of see where we're at. If you're below level 80 at that point, I wouldn't really worry about it too much. You can go in, there's a bunch of different options on what you can do. In order to get XP, you can keep doing delves. You can probably continue along with some other quests. You can do side quests, which are identified on the map here with just these plain exclamation points as compared to these campaign exclamation points or question marks. So there's plenty of things. You can do dungeons, you can do all sorts of stuff. But one thing that you have to do before anything else is getting that campaign done. So that's what we're going to do today. Or at least get as far as we can. We're going to shoot for no more than 2-hour episodes. Hey, what the heck? So we need to kill some more burrows. Two more burrows. If you're playing a class that can get away from these ambushers after the burrows, I would definitely recommend doing that. You can also just specifically fly up and down and target the burrows instead of doing what I did, which is just wandering aimlessly and killing things. And in the first episode, we also talked about like a bunch of different useful things for new players, like what add-ons are and where to go to find resources like talent builds. So if you're like super new to the game, I'll eventually for sure put out like a tips for new players video at some point. But if you're super new to the game, you can start from there.
I will see you through the shadow. We Arathi are consecrated in the sacred flame. Do not leave my people on the field.
General questing rule of thumb is find the little dots on your map and head towards those, kill around those. Zoom my map out a little bit so I can see better. Couple more tinder boxes. I see two down here pretty close together, so we'll go grab those. And then we need 3 more Peruvians. 1. 2. Easy peasy.
We owe our service to those in need. Is what true Arathi.
Might need to pick a different mount, maybe.
Holding onto hope in the very heart of shadow.
They seek the light of the sacred flame now.
A random favorite mount.
Still live.
Super cool button here. So as you start to collect mounts, there's a button in the top right. So Shift P will open your collections, which is mounts, pets, toy boxes, appearances, transmogs, campsites. And under the mount section, you'll eventually start to collect a whole bunch of different mounts. That could even be your whole end game focus if you wanted to. You can right click a mount to set it as a favorite, and then this button up here will summon a random favorite mount. If you don't have any selected, it's just going to summon a random mount from what you have, and it will always summon a mount for the area that you're in. So if you're out in an area where you can skyride, it'll summon a skywriting mount. And if you're in an area like a dungeon where you can't skyride, it'll just summon a regular ground mount. Go.
When shadow falls, lamplight is
Keep
rise.
helping the
Your
lamplighters.
flame.
Chiron, the Dawn Tower isn't lit. If Beladar should shift,
So we're aiming for these items on the ground first. Looks like this guy still wants a little action. I got stuck.
Threats have been stopped. They will get their fated final war. The tendrils of shadow are
And so a lot of what we're doing right now is
to strike them
where's
down.
that? Great, there it is. Is we're kind of like working through basically the story of season 1. So World of Warcraft, retail World of Warcraft is now a seasonal game, which like it kind of always has been when you think about raid tiers. Although they definitely come out significantly more frequently than they did in the past. And so the first portion of an expansion is going to be typically the first season. It's always going to be the first season. And then what you'll be doing in the campaign is kind of like the events leading up to the raid, pretty much be introducing you to like all the different characters and the different denizens, the different zones. Once you complete the first, like the campaign, once you complete the campaign chapter, or the story campaign, you will get a good understanding of each of the different zones. It's going to open up world quests, which I thought I had disabled there. Interesting. It's going to open up world quests. Oh, this must be from my add-on. They're disabled from the map. Okay. It's going to open up world quests, and the first raid will come out as part of like the new expansion, the first season of Mythic Plus Dungeons. And then what'll normally happen is you'll get what's called like a 0.5 patch, which can often have some new content in it. Usually it'll add on like a little, I don't know, something to do. Like these 0.5 patches added horrific visions. They add in, some different, this Nightfall scenario, which is just a little open world scenario to get you some gear and to do some additional story with the Hallowfall Arathi. And then after the 0.5 patch comes the next major patch, which is going to be a next season. The new season will come with different, a completely different zone, a new reputation, a new raid, sometimes a new dungeon.
I will slaughter every Nerubian in my path to keep them from harm.
Usually pretty major class changes or updates.
I thought we agreed you'd stay in Dornigal.
I heard stories.
And so the story of the new expansion starts right away. Then season 1 will start like 2 or 3 weeks after the release of a new expansion. You'll get some campaign quests to unlock there, and then you'll play the game for a while with those dungeons, progress through that raid. You'll go into season 2. New campaign quests will unlock with updated gear, catch-up gear, which is what we're going to use.
What is happening?
And then you'll play the game for a while. New dungeons, new Mythic Plus, new PvP, new raid, and then you'll go into season 3.
Shifts between the light and this. The Dawn Towers hold back the darkness with the sacred flame, but the light always returns.
shadows are devoured, and they light a candle. You know how this ends, Illyria. Inevitably, the void consumes everything.
Show yourself, monster!
You know where to find me. Deeper in the darkness.
We are
So one of the things that can be a little unfortunate for for new players, it kind of hurts the continuity a little bit, is
sometimes only moments.
where we're at right now. So
Sometimes
you start, your friends are playing, or somebody tells you, or you see something, you want to start playing the game. We're in season 3 of the expansion, just started,
Threat of shadow. How do you do
and
When night falls, the
you
army
boot
enacts
up, you buy the
Shadow
game, you get a boost, you jump
Get
in, it starts
inside,
having you do this
get to
campaign. You're learning about Xalatath, which is good because she's kind of like the overarching, like, main villain. And
Good work.
you're going through the story,
Well with us lamplights.
learning about the different zones, and then all of a sudden what's going to happen, maybe even at the end of this episode, or in the next episode, is we're going to get dumped out at the end of the story
Look
campaign.
out. Here
And
come
it's
all
like,
those
okay,
fiends.
as a new player, you would really have no idea, but there was a full raid and events that happened in the raid. There are some ways, there are some things that will help you kind of like catch up a little bit.
Goodness.
But then in season 2, we had the liberation of Undermine in the War Within, and that's got a whole different zone. And there's really not anything that would, there's really no reason for a new player to really go here at all. And there's some story that's happening here that really segues into season 3, which is where we're at now. So we'll see how that unfolds for a new player over the next couple hours, the next episode. But for right now, we're just following main story quest. We're gonna reach level 76 soon.
Rescue the captives.
Thanks to our 25% XP boost.
We lose so many.
Depending on when you're getting started, there's usually some sort of XP event going on in World of Warcraft, retail World of Warcraft. It is also not nearly as bad as it has been in the past. So even if there's not, it's really not that slow to level up, and it'll probably give you a bit of a better chance to sort of enjoy it and absorb all the different parts of the game at a slower pace. So there is multiple parts of this quest. We need to rescue Arathi, we need to kill these Kobus, and then there's a bonus objective to release these disobedient beast slaves. So I'm kind of flying around to these crates first, just trying to get those done. Bonus objectives, in my opinion, I would never go out of your way to complete them. Like, it's not worth flying all the way to a different part of the map. However, if the quests that you have take you into a bonus objective, it's usually worth doing. You can see, I think it'll show me the rewards. 22,000 experience, so it is about a quest worth of experience, typically for about a quest worth of work, maybe even a little bit more. Leveled up. So you might as well knock them out while you're in the area, but don't go out of the way. Keep working on the main thing. And then, of course, if you need a little when you come back, or when you need a little XP when you're done with the campaign, you can always come back. Grab some folks. Trying to avoid the big guy there. Assuming, yeah, 4.8 million health versus 600k. Probably not worth it. So we got one more beast. Alright, that's done. Bonus objective is done. We need to rescue another Arathi. Hey. What did I do to you? Nope. You got a fish? It's a little side quest. I'm just going to turn in the one part, so return the fish to the water. So I'm just going to put him in the water. He's part of a bigger quest line. Just forgot to turn it in.
What can I do? We have lost so much.
You have our thanks, Farron Lothar. And you too, outsiders.
And the other thing that's going to sort of escalate our experience gain is going to be rested XP. So you see up at the top, our bar is like different shades of blue. Rested XP accumulates while you are offline and accumulates at a faster rate if you log off in an inn. So I would always recommend logging off in an inn. And then I've been offline for about a week with this character, so I have a lot of rested XP. You might not necessarily have as much. Not a big deal, but just always try and log off in an inn when you can. I'm in combat. Use my racial ability to get out of combat. Shadow Meld. It'll allow me to mount again. And that, using my hero talent reminded me we got another hero talent, so hero talent point. Oh, what is happening? Rally the last group here. Oh, one more. Top. Usually be a little bit sneakier in this area. That's okay. Pop back over here, turn in these two quests.
Now stop and take a breath for once.
Transmog.
Be strong, my friend.
Whoa.
A wave of shadow. What just happened? I will see you through the shadow. Those shadows came from the Dawn Tower.
Farron, wait! We must withdraw to Merildar!
When shadow falls... The Dawn Tower! What is happening to it?
Harbinger has whispered to me of your arrival. And your failure at Dalaran.
Where is your master?
No! The sacred flame! What has Alric and his cult done?
I don't know. But they claim allegiance to Azj-Kahet, and so their lives are forfeit. My arrows strike true.
The flame is corrupted. Can we restore it?
Am I looking? Oh, just gotta click it.
This shadow! It's too much!
Anduin, help her. Call upon the light once more.
No, I can't. There must be another way.
Clues found outside the tower. All right. Jinkies. We should pick that up. One thing, so for those that are just joining or are recent, oh, that was close, our recent subscribers, also plug the like and subscribe if you're enjoying the channel. Last season, season 2, we did the same exercise. We did it with a significantly shorter timeline, because season 3 was announced shortly after we started, and one thing that we ran into was golds being a bit of an issue for a new player. We had enough to really kind of like craft our first we had enough to craft kind of our first
What are those things?
crafted weapon, but we didn't have much available to craft afterwards. I want to try to keep this as close to a new player experience as I can, so we're just going to work with the gold that is on this character and in our inventory that we accumulate ourselves, which could end up resulting in some boring streams potentially, just because we'll need to be like looking for ways to make some money, but those are problems that new players would run into, and so that's like the whole point, is to troubleshoot these and walk through those together.
The Harbinger command.
The darkness whispers to me!
So one thing that I want to do a little bit differently is I want to actually pick some herbs as I'm leveling. And we'll talk about professions a lot more in depth this time as well, because professions are much different than they would have been in like classic WoW or other versions of WoW. They're also significantly less crafted gear, significantly less impactful in this patch than it is in the others, because there's so many of our gear slots are going to be locked down by other items.
If we stop that ritual, I should be able to cleanse the flame.
But we'll talk about that at endgame. Right now, we're still just leveling. And while we're leveling, we're just trying to use our heavy hitting abilities as frequently as possible, as best we can.
Light be my...
Heavy hitting abilities as frequently as we can to kill things as quick as we can. We also want to be using kicks to kind of group things together.
Your light. What happened to it?
It doesn't matter. More shadows. We're trapped in here, aren't we?
No, we're not giving up here. Let's go.
We can do this if we stick together.
I think one of the things that might be overwhelming for new players, especially if you use a boost, is just like the vast amount of abilities and powers and talent points. And so we'll definitely put out a video on how to like decipher that.
But what if it goes out? What if you failed your people?
You think I've never failed? I've never made mistakes? I was never even supposed to be in Hallowfall. I stowed away to escape a family that only ever saw me as a failure. Was it a mistake? I lost an eye and an arm for it. Does that make me unworthy of the light? I regret nothing. I keep fighting because in the darkness, it's all we can do. I can't give up. It's not in my nature, and I don't think it's in yours either.
You don't understand. I've hurt people. I was controlled by darkness.
So one small gold tip that I think would be good for new players, I picked up the herbalism profession, and I'm going to pick up the alchemy profession. You can open professions by hitting K on the keyboard. So one of the things that you can definitely do is if you're leveling a new character, you're going to get these greens and blue items. And there's a profession, we talked about professions in episode 1 called enchanting. Enchanting allows you to disenchant all of this gear into enchanting materials that they can be used to create little power-ups for your gear. So one thing that you can do is level through the campaign, start gearing up your character, pick up enchanting. You don't have to put points into it to get disenchanting. You can just get that right away. So that could be even something that we do. I would just take a quick look and see what the enchanting materials are. And also, if there's any time walking involved, some of that disenchanting, some of that stuff can be a little funky. But the disenchanting mats might be worth more. This helmet, for example, is 41 gold. So we can take a look at that exercise at a later time.
Valeria.
Alternatively, you can just vendor everything always and find your gold in other ways.
I'm glad you're all safe.
That's a good pro tip, especially at the start of an expansion, because enchanting mats are significantly less available because people haven't gotten epic gear yet, or they're just getting blue gear.
Please.
You know the light is not with me.
There is no darkness so deep that the light cannot reach us. Just be here with me. Now, breathe. seekers of light. We are the holders of hope. In the very heart of shadow, we are the lamps that guide the way. It's a first step. The rest is just time and trust. We are a light in the darkness. Don't give in to fear. We need to return to Merodar.
All right, going to the major city. Going to the quest hub, the hub, I guess, of Hallowfall, Merodar. Do some more questing. A lot of the campaign quests, I mentioned this in videos past, but a lot of the campaign quests are very high level introductory. So you'll see like we were here for a second, and then we moved over here for a second, then we moved over here for a second, and they're very, very quick. It's nothing too in-depth, no huge massive quest line. There's obviously one throughout the whole zone, but you might at some point be saying like, wow, I went through that pretty quick. Like that was kind of fast. Like I feel like I didn't even really stay here that long. And that's really where the side quests come in, to come back and explore that if that's something that interests you.
Can you order
if you're just looking to
We're always open when
pick up, get through the zone as quick as possible, just following that main story quest will do that for you. If lore is something that interests you, you can double back and do those side quests. If you're a completionist, you want to do everything, take your time, enjoy it, go through, do the side quests in every zone. That's something that sometimes I'll do with like my early access in a new expansion, is just like take time, do every quest, get through it so that I can feel like I've experienced everything and know everything about the lore, because there's not really much else to do during early access. But if you're just looking to get through as quick as possible to get to max level and start running dungeons with your friends or start joining raids, then just campaign quest all the way and finish it off with some dungeons, some normal dungeons, until you get access to the current season's sort of campaign quests. Those will reward you with catch-up gear. So in season 2, Liberation of Undermine had a quest line that'll give you gear that'll be higher item level than what you get through the main story quest line, and then now we'll go to Koresh and we'll get gear doing that quest line that will catch us up even further. Will bump us up a couple hundred item level.
And how it impacted your mobility. So I was thinking,
Rain? No. I have lived with my injury since I was a child. I've learned to do everything from sword fighting to dressing myself with one hand.
That looks like a world quest, so we're not gonna do that. We'll meet the quartermaster.
New reserves are readying to enter the front lines. Sparring with you would teach them much. Aralia, send a runner to Farron's new elf friend. We need to talk. Farron tells me your friend wields the void. I'm either going to regret meeting her or thank the flame.
Greetings, outsider. Sacred flame guide your way, friend.
Greetings, outsider.
Step into the light.
The flame burns for all of us.
Okay, don't everybody jump on me at once.
Your skills are a sight to behold.
And we accidentally did just do a world quest there. Obviously, I didn't really want to, but it doesn't matter too much. World quests you'll often find are repeats of like side quests or main story quests. Sometimes they're completely unique. It's not always like that, but we just accidentally stumbled upon a world quest there.
A survivor from the depths of time.
Have you seen any spooky stuff? Why are monsters mean?
Jesus, sound like I hit him. Oh my god. Go back into the orphanage.
When shadow falls,
And after you turn this quest in, don't leave the orphanage. Just wait for this RP to happen a little bit. Spirit's gonna have a quest after the alarm bells go off. Go out and we'll start
Meridar's under attack.
defending
Children,
the attackers.
The Kobis strike our veneration grounds during Beladar's light. How?
look, General. Darkfire. This is Auric's doing.
Arathi, push back the Kobis. Make them regret ever stepping onto our hallowed lands.
The Harbinger manipulates the Kobis through their hunger, and the Arathi through their fear.
We're just flying to the major ones. We're actually going to make a pit stop. We're going to look for some clumps of enemies, because in this quest, you have to kill 15 of these fish guys. Should be good. Shadow meld to get out of combat, get on our mount. I would recommend just like slowly experimenting with how many of enemies you can kind of attack at one time. As you get more comfortable with your abilities and your rotation, your cooldowns, knowing how much damage you can do. It seems like they give you a some pretty decent starting gear. We were getting some item level upgrades because of the event that was going on, but like right out of the get-go, it felt like we could kill things pretty quickly.
He draws strength from the darkness. So do I. We will find Xalatath. Alric thinks the shadows will save him. He should see what true power looks like.
Just experiment. Start off just one-on-one, and then continue on. Keep pulling more, stacking things on. When you're questing, a lot of it is just like one-on-one. Obviously, in this area, we wanted to get in there and kill a bunch of stuff, but you'll find that when you're questing, sometimes there's like casters that can be hard to group up.
She's taken an interest in you.
This guy's taking forever. We're gonna use our cooldowns.
How? How could any Arathi be in league with such monsters? The sacred flame is lost. Fall back!
No. We cannot keep retreating from the darkness. Our fear has overshadowed our faith. Beledar may have guided us, but it is not what will save us. Stand with me against the shadow. Show this Harbinger the true strength of the Arathi.
And if you fall against the darkness, what will we do then?
It's what we always say, General. The light will return. Even if someone else carries the torch. We are the seekers of light. We are the holders of hope. In the very heart of shadow. Together, we guide the way.
I must ensure my people's survival. We are surrounded by dangers.
We cannot hide from evil.
Sacred flame,
Optional.
guide your way, friend.
Well, what Farron said, it got me thinking. Perhaps I've been wrong about what the light wants from me.
The flame burns for all of us.
There is always hope if we choose to look for it.
In hardship, kindness.
We are the seekers of light.
Beledar shift in your favor. We are the seekers of light.
Arathi, friends, the flame blesses us with victory. Your courage...
General, the Nerubians. They've opened a new front at Light's Redoubt.
We are a light in the darkness.
Flames. Arathi, mount up! Light's Redoubt calls for help. We bring hope into the darkness.
Just like that, we're done with Hallowfall.
Livia's patience is overrun. We must buy the villagers time before the reckoning can launch.
We must rely on outsiders to save the Arathi.
Don't give in to fear.
Stalwarts, we are the wall today. Together we will stand against the darkness.
See if this guy's got any loot for us. Ah, a ring. Love that. It's just a little rare icon up on the mini-map. That's how I knew he was there. And I was actually going after the herb. So we're trying to level up our herbalism. Also gives us a little bit of XP. This Dream Grove petal or Deep Grove petal. This is what's referred to as sort of like not a knowledge treasure, but it's a profession knowledge item. So when you're a gatherer, you can get these just simply by gathering. When you skin something or you pick an herb, whatever it might be, you have a chance to get these items, and when you use the item, it's going to grant you profession knowledge. You spend profession knowledge points in a profession tree, and you will become a better crafter or gatherer or whatever it might be.
Outsiders are a welcome surprise.
Those unlock at ooh, a bear. Those unlock at profession level 25, so you can't see it here, but I'll pull my chat up real quick. Every time I pick an herb, my skill in Khazalgar herbalism increases. So I've picked 12 herbs because I think it starts at 1. 12 herbs so far, and I'm at 13, so at 25 we will unlock profession knowledge. You can, however, as you're gathering, you can spend these whenever you like. It does not matter there. So if you don't want them cluttering up your inventory, you can just use them as soon as you get them. That'll just bank it for when you get it later.
We are the holders of hope.
There is always hope if we choose to look for it.
On this quest, you can just stay mounted while you talk to the folks in their homes. So when they come to ambush afterwards, you can just fly away.
The Nerubians are massing for another assault. Fall back. Be strong, my friend. We carry the flame into the unknown.
Hop on the ship. Did what we could to rescue the locals.
We have to get out of here now!
Where's Anduin? Anduin!
The light will return. Even if someone else carries the torch.
Did they take him? Do you see Anduin?
They dragged him down! I lost track of him.
Ash! We can't let them reach Merodar! Blast them apart! The sacred flame protects us!
I hate this quest. I just find the camera angle super annoying.
The darkness hungers. Let's give Zalatath's forces a taste of their own shadows.
Found them. Found them all. Just trying to find the largest clumps of the weakest enemies, avoiding these Crypt Lords. Sometimes they'll sneak one in where you have to kill a big enemy, like a Crypt Lord, so always pay attention to the quests up in the top right.
We could wait.
We'll lose his trail.
You're right. Let's make those monsters pay for everything they've done. Flames! They were ready for us. Brace yourselves!
Right. So that kind of marks the official end. You can see we just changed zones, so we're done with Hallowfall and we're into Azj-Kahet. And so we'll start on the Azj-Kahet campaign. This is the last zone in the campaign. The home zone, or home, you want to say home planet. The home of the Nerubians.
Anduin would not have given up without a fight.
Obviously, Anduin sacrificed for us to ensure that we would live, so we're going to try and find him and see if he's still alive. And start off, we need to help these wounded knights from the ship crash. So again, first rule of questing: fly to those dots as much as you can. We don't actually have to kill anybody here, and killing obviously takes time. Our goal here is to get through the campaign as quick as we can, so want to be smart, as smart as we can. Try and fly around to the different corpses, staying as far away as we can from the Nerubians that are engaged, the enemies that aren't engaged, because they will aggro you. Enemies like this one that are fighting, they won't aggro you most of the time. Sometimes you'll walk over and the guy that they're fighting will die. So we got the 12 knights, and now we need to look for Anduin's belongings. There's one over here. Crumpled Lion Gauntlet. I ran out of vigor because I was flying too much. This is just a pile of bones. There's one more. Sometimes you won't actually see the quest objective on your mini map. Oops, ran into a balloon. So you might need to open your map itself, and then you're going to look for like a 1 or a 2 in that same icon, the same chevron icon. Just go in and blow these guys up. Grab a scrap of weathered fabric. Fly back to the ship. The 1 or the 2 will indicate whether it's campaign quest 1 or 2. Should be the same on your sidebar there. And then the completed question marks, those are completed quests.
No.
Like you can see here. So what you see in game, in the main game, will match what you see on your map.
Foul down there as well.
In my heart, that we need to regroup.
There's no time.
Grab some
You
Myco
find
Bloom.
the others. I'll find Andor.
You can see we just gathered that. So when we click on that herb node, our herbalism increased to 14, and we got 3 rank 1 Myco Bloom.
I'll get everyone to safety.
We could spend a little bit of time talking about gathering professions. So gathering professions, you'll see in the tooltip in the bottom right how it says Myco Bloom, Khazalgar Herbalism, and the Khazalgar Herbalism is orange. When you're leveling up a profession, they'll give you skill points. Orange means that it's a guaranteed skill point when you loot that herb, when you pick it. As we continue to level up and get higher and higher, some of the base core herbs won't give guaranteed skill points. They'll turn from orange into yellow into green. And the special herbs that you see around, I'll point one out the next time that we see one. Those will typically always grant us a skill up to a certain point. So I'll show you what those look like. You can see them on the map because they have a different icon than a regular flower, a regular herb. They have a little bit of a glow, and they'll usually have a name. So Lure Drop is the base herb. This is a spore fused Lure Drop, which has additional extra reagents attached to it, spores. And it's going to give us additional knowledge because it's the first time we've ever picked one of those up. So you can see we got 2 Khazalgar Herbalism knowledge. It's the same thing for mining. It's a little bit different for like skinning and stuff. Because you get hides from creatures. You don't actually go and gather anything. Well, you do. You have to kill the creatures in order to get the hides, but mining has special nodes that give similar items. And then kind of the same with fishing, I think. Fishing has fishing pools, which have a chance to give you unique items or additional crafting reagents or special fish. So if I recall correctly last time, we ended up killing everything like super fast because you drop down into the bottom of the cave, you meet this person down here, and you need to get out of the cave. While doing so, you're killing things and you're blowing up these Nerubian extractors. So these Nerubians are extracting what's called black blood. It's not really super important if you don't care about the story, but it basically they utilize it to give them bigger power. They work with the goblins in the Liberation of Undermine campaign to create like weaponry, and the person that we just met down at the bottom is obviously upset because black blood is like kind of like corrupted and it can harm the planet. So she wants us to kill these creatures that are manifesting from it. So black blood coalescence, and then the Nerubian extractors, we want to kind of mess up their operations. But like I mentioned, it's a bit of a pain of a quest. We just finished, so yeah. So here you can see 2 examples. One is a regular flower, the Orbanid, and one is an altered Myco Bloom. Bit further down. We're just gonna run out here though. Last time we played a rogue, so we were able to use stealth to our advantage a lot. This time, unintentionally, I just picked them because I think they look good in monk armor. We picked a night elf. Night elves have shadow meld, so we talked in the last episode about combat tethering. So when creatures reach the end of their tether, they'll drop combat and they'll run away from you. The other way that I can drop combat is through my racial ability, Shadow Meld. Every 2 minutes, I can slip into the shadows, last until canceled or upon moving. So it's kind of like Vanish. It'll drop combat, but I can't move. If I move, it breaks the stealth. So you can see I go into stealth there. I have the buff Shadow Meld, and then as soon as I move, it runs away. So it's good for like questing, like what we're doing right now, because I could run up to the top of the cave, I could click Shadow Meld, and I would drop combat. And I could be able to mount up. You can't mount in combat, you need to get out of combat first. So but we're going to turn these quests into Orwenna, get a cool ring upgrade, which is great.
Perhaps we'll meet again. Do not fear the come with me. You need to
And looks like we got a wrist upgrade, pants, another ring, 525, helmet upgrade, it's a couple upgrades there.
Someone was here first. Not a battle. A hunt. The trail runs cold. Check the watchtower. You have found me. The city of threads. The heart of Azj-Kahet. Bled dry and dying. None who enter leave in one piece. Your friend is likely dead. But I know you will not accept that. So you follow your path and I will follow mine. You have survived so far. Keep doing so. I hope we meet again.
All right. And then we meet Spindle, Spider Friend, and throughout the zone, you'll find these little treasures and chests. This is a knowledge treasure. There's on Wowhead, you can find a guide on how to equip, how to loot them all. We'll go through it eventually because this is a fresh character. Knowledge treasures are, or profession treasures grant 3 knowledge. So this is for alchemy. They are scattered throughout the world. There's 2 in each zone per profession. So there's 2 down here, and there's 2 in Hallowfall, 2 in Ringing Deeps, 2 in Isle of Dorn for each alchemy and herbalism. And then they're one-use items, essentially. So I loot it, I use it, it's never going to repopulate. Whereas like the Dream Petal is going to be something that, well, I will continue to loot from herbs as I pick them. We're just going to follow Spindle and eavesdrop on the enemy. Do a little fighting.
Scurry on, little scarab. The Weaver bids you welcome.
And Spindle is going to lead us into the Weaver's Lair. This is going to be the little city quest hub for Azj-Kahet. And we'll talk to the Weaver.
There's the little morsel now. Come in. Come in.
And she'll have some quests for us. One of these will introduce a different currency.
Take a moment. Familiarize yourself with your surroundings. And no doubt you have questions.
And just like in the other zones, they like to introduce you to the different folks. So they introduce you to the repair vendor. Maybe they're sending me a hint. Sell
But
all
now
of our
my
junk.
beloved queen is dead, and her daughter has been led astray by a so-called harbinger. I will not allow this creature to usurp our great kingdom for her own
Flight Master.
ends, but I cannot stop her alone.
Innkeeper. And so the Weaver, basically, like TLDR, the Weaver knows what's up. The Weaver understands that Xalatath is up to no good. You'll see it in a cutscene here, but basically, like, this is the introduction to the raid, and you saw way back in the Isle of Dorn, up at the top, the Queen Ansarek was basically like in charge of the assault on Dornegal, helping with the destruction of Dalaran. We saw Xalatath pulling the strings in the Ringing Deeps, and then of course the main conflict with the neighbors between Azj-Kahet and Hallowfall. So now we're in it, and we're doing kind of like a espionage style quest where we work with a subset of Nerubians that feel that the queen that they were loyal to was betrayed, and the daughter that took up the mantle of queen obviously is being influenced by Xalatath. So we're going to assemble a team of spider leaders, the Weaver, the Vizier, and the General. And they're going to be our allies down here, and then eventually this campaign culminates with us assaulting the Darubar Palace raid. And spoiler alert, killing the queen.
Friend, you weren't followed, were you?
So we're going to meet up, tell our friends
We are here to help. Emil should offer some
about our allies. I'm skipping any of those side quests. Again, you're more than welcome to do them if you'd like. There's side quests all over the place. Some of them are going to send you into delves. You might need to get a little XP because you probably will not be level 77 if this is your first character. You'll probably be 75, maybe close to 76.
A solvent was knocked over and
unless there's an experience
how fortunate.
event happening.
Despite everything, the Arathi find joy, madmen or no. I won't stand for a single soul being left behind.
Get that herb.
Go find him.
Message received. Now, shoot little...
My orders were clear. And yet, more overcrawlers regularly slip from our grasp. Failure! Unacceptable! Not only does this shame you, it shames me.
Feels like Willem Dafoe.
No one will hear of it.
Willem to Spider.
Clean up this refuse and get it out of my sight. And if you breathe a word of this to anyone, you're next.
Ahoy! Don't look back. Let's get out alive. What's the word? I need my weapons. And something for this Weaver, so she'll give me an antidote. Since I like being alive. Seems that Azj-Kahet fellow we saw is getting pheromones sent to him? From a general? No idea what that means, though.
Pop down here.
Looks like my fellow
This quest is another example of one where their mobs are a little bit spread out. You only need to really kill 8 of them though, so it's not too bad. They go down pretty easy, which is great. There's a rare mob in here. Looks like this guy's going to kill it, so maybe we'll join. Whoa! I don't think I've ever killed this guy before. Oh, there's a cloak. That's good. 535, 30 item levels. A couple of people out here leveling, which is good to see.
I'll take
One's weapons.
Feeling more like myself already.
I'm pretty sure we're in a cave, so we can't mount here. This last piece.
I am well
Silk
acquainted
spun
with that
supplies.
particular
Click
bottle
on
of
this.
Unfortunately.
Just some silk.
Damn, am I thirsty. Watch your back out here.
We got a weapon. Weapon upgrade is good.
Spiders everywhere. Don't
We're gonna
look
pick
back.
the two-hander.
Spiders everywhere.
Two-handed agility staff.
Watch your back out here.
532 item level. Weapons are always big for, particularly for, well, for everybody, but particularly for folks that do melee damage. Weapons, getting weapon upgrades will have a noticeable impact in your power. Kill a couple of Nerubians, turn in the quests.
Let's get out
I love it when the
alive.
quest guys follow you
You've
around
got a plan now.
instead of being a quest
Sneak into
hub.
the crate and get a lift to Siegehold. Find this Anubazal. Meanwhile, I'll get this intel to the Weaver and get that antidote.
What an interesting delivery. Everyone, return to your duties, now! Approach, intruder. I have use for you. For Azj-Kahet.
I'm hiding here.
I know you're alive. The question is, are you useful?
Ugh. Why are these pheromones so gross?
Look what the Skanes pulled in. We will speak again. My loyalty will never be eliminating Azj-Kahet's lackeys.
This is the general.
The first move. Blackmail will be the death blow.
Not to be confused with a commercial.
I'm gonna salvage what I can here. Throw together an explosive or two.
And I don't think we've talked about this yet, but sometimes you'll do quests that are, it's like this person's already been slain, that are like stealth related. So as we're like flying around here, you can see these folks with this eye buff and this little floating eye over their nameplate. They'll see through our pheromone disguise. So you want to try to avoid them. See, that person just started casting reveal pheromones. So
Get whatever you were sent for.
you want to avoid the folks with eyes. Usually they'll have like lines around them. or circles that will show like what's safe and what's not safe to go into. This guy's been killed too. Okay. This one's not. Sorry, Ginger. I'm just waiting for him to respawn. Just hang out in here. We're close to our next level. We got level 78. Then we just have 2 more to go to level cap. Level cap is 80. And more within. Downtime when you're leveling is usually like not good. There we go. But because we're doing like this stealth quest, there's like not much that we can really do. Normally what you would want to do is like look for something else to kill while you were like hanging around. Level 78, we got a new hero talent. It's a choice node, so I'm gonna just pop over here. Sorry, Ginger. That's their name. They're not a redhead, I don't think. Fist of Fury and Spinning Crane Cake deal more damage. Teaching the Monastery. Tiger Palm. So AoE versus single target. We've been doing a little bit of AoE, so we're going to pick that one.
You are far from home. Remain an ally. Tread carefully. Be thankful you are useful.
Bilgewater is on.
Acquire Azj-Kahet's pheromones for me, and I'll ensure the freedom of your allies.
So pheromones are the way that we've been doing some stealthy work here. So the general wants a specific person's pheromones so that we can prick the enemy.
We're over here.
And the pheromone emitter is right over here. That's just a chair. It's like we need to kill somebody. That person just popped out, so they probably killed them or beat them up.
I do not recognize you. Wait, please.
There we go.
Death to you!
Be a while before we do combat again, so we're gonna use our cooldowns there. Pop on out. Another quest to Gazlo.
It's lonely at the top. Get out there and get to. We better get moving. Remember.
Oh, I brought friends.
We could sing a song about how miserable we are? Maybe not just yet, Mira.
Maybe not ever, Mira.
Your city. Wait. Are your orders from Azj-Kahet? Or a new resolve?
Who do you think, maggot?
But they look like...
Leave the convoy outside. We'll just see if we can go up to this little bubble here and
Don't report me.
get quest credit. We need to wait.
Are we out? Is it safe? Can I breathe? We're out. It's safe. You can breathe.
holding it for science.
We're free! I could just scream for joy!
And call all those spiders over there down on our heads.
I don't want legs on my head!
There we go.
Savor, you're not helping?
Nice chat. Now get a move on.
Take the pheromone emitter and we'll go back to our headquarters.
What if I just hum a jaunty tune?
Step into my part. Let's make haste, champion. We must notify our allies of what we've uncovered.
Cool deal. Meet the Vizier in the burrows of Azj-Kahet, City of Threads. This quest line will unlock the portal to Dornegal. So one of the cool things that they did in this campaign, because all of the zones are vertical. You know, we started up in the Isle of Dorne, flew down into the Ring Deeps, flew down into Hallowfall, down into Azj-Kahet. Blizzard did a really great thing where at the end of this quest line, it's going to award us with a portal in this city that will bring us back up. It'll be right over here. That's what it looks like. I think it's unlocked because I've unlocked it on my account. But this will take you all the way back straight to Dornegal, and there's a portal that goes down as well. So you can go back and forth from the top and the bottom, or you can just fly down from the top to the middle. Why our action bar was up there? That was weird. But Anduin is in the City of Threads, so we gotta go in there and see what's up.
Expected inside the first facility on your left.
So we met the Weaver, we recruited the General, he got us the pheromones to get us into the city, and now we're going to meet the Vizier.
Executor Mizrek, also known as the Vizier. Your willingness to meet humbles me.
My friend, you made it.
And he found Anduin, who's alive. Surprise!
Couldn't risk being discovered. We will not allow Zalatath to triumph.
That opened up our portal to Dornegal, but we're not going to use that just yet. Over here, we will finish the rest of the campaign. We're going to get the Vizier's pheromones.
Zalatath is a problem, to be certain.
Back away from him, creature!
And then Illyria shows up. Illyria doesn't really know what's going on.
Listen to me and lower your bow. He's an ally.
Anduin will help her out. I don't know if there's another quest.
Dalaran fell because of them.
Illyria, we can end this war.
We'll just go do this quest while they're talking. So here's another example of that sort of like cloak and dagger. So you can see these guards here. They still have their eyes up above them. They'll detect your pheromones, so you want to avoid those. But the yellow name plates, those just regular denizens, those won't touch you.
We will wipe out the invaders from above, no matter.
Are the old ones truly gone? Or do agents of the Void continue to manipulate us today?
The Zealots have pressed our borders with their airships.
Queen Neferis boldly
Yep, there was a quest, of course. There's always a quest when you leave early.
Do the same.
So we'll pick up this one from Anduin.
I know I can help.
Wants us to explore the bazaar.
Really are.
Listen to the crier.
We'll meet up with you later.
Hi! Oh, you soon.
I saw a treasure. There it is. A little flower. It's a knowledge treasure for us for herbalism. And one of the things that we picked up while we were questing was what's referred to as kedge. So kedge it's not really a currency. It's not really a currency that's important too much for endgame. However, for 565 kedge, you can pick up knowledge books. So knowledge books are different from profession knowledge treasures and from the one-time use items or the catch-up mechanics. Knowledge books will grant you 10 knowledge, so they're the highest knowledge points. And you can buy one for each of your professions down here in the City of Threads from, this is the herbalism supplier. I can go find the alchemist. I could buy one for alchemy as well. Buy one for 565 kedge. We've only gotten 460, but if you're looking to juice up your profession knowledge a little bit, you absolutely can. I got another herbalism tool here. There are also knowledge books that are available in like the main capital for Artisan's Acuity, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Artisan's Acuity is a currency related to professions. It's kind of a little annoying. And then mixing salts is another treasure over here. It's probably going to be alchemy related, so we'll go pick that up. Yeah, here's the alchemy supplies. So for 565, I could buy the alchemy kedge book. But I'm just going to pick up the knowledge treasure here. And there's a list of all the knowledge treasures on the resource Wowhead. You can go and find the specific locations of where everything is simply by looking for that guide there. So you can type in profession knowledge guide or profession knowledge treasures.
Learn about Ansarek. That's all. I will help anyone in need.
We've observed enough.
Just going to use those to keep my inventory free.
And this I promise to you all. With our renewed strength, our kingdom shall be reborn!
I can feel the Void's influence upon her. She's Xalatath's creature now.
How could you know that? Valyria, we need to go.
Maybe you're right. Wait. She's here.
What?
Xalatath.
No!
For Khadgar.
Get the Queen to safety!
Move, now!
Repel the intruders!
The Vizier left us flyers to escape with at the end of this path.
The entire city is closed.
Overcrawlers! They would assassinate our beloved queen!
Let me in.
What happened back there? This isn't you.
I had to take the shot. It was my chance to make up for Dalaran. For Khadgar.
You blame yourself? Illyria, that wasn't your fault.
I could have stopped it all if I had given in to the Void as I am fated to. not yet safe. I don't expect you to understand what I'm dealing.
Let's try. Wait, get back. Then I do.
Champion, slip through and take out the commander.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
No! My swarmlings! Come back!
Finally. Now I can get a clear shot.
Shield me! Protect me!
The flyers are just up ahead.
Zoom, zoom.
Are you thinking of giving up? Giving in? I know what it's like. I can't fix things for you. But you know who you are. What is that?
Taste the venom of my fangs, overcrawlers.
What now? Our flyers are dead!
Jump!
Have you lost your... Alright, fine, jumping it is.
They'll have to make you jump.
I've seen you, Windrunner. Always alone. Pushing everyone away to embrace the hunt. Just like the monster you pretend not to be.
You're the only monster here.
Am I? You've slain hundreds to find me. Was that really all for Khadgar? Or is it just your nature to destroy? Come, Malaria. Embrace who you truly are.
Valeria. Valeria. Valeria.
I know who I am.
Run all you like. I'm coming for all of you.
All right, here we go. Gonna finish off this campaign.
We're alive. Soaked.
And looks like it will work out, so I'll be...
Let's get to shore.
Well, we've got a little bit to go, but I'll be close to level 79 or at level 79 by the time we're done with this. So we'll talk about some alternative leveling paths.
I do what I can.
And how you can get XP outside of just quests and campaigns.
You have found me. I need a moment more. We'll catch up with you at the Weaver's Lair.
For example, you can go and gather herbs. See, this gave me 3,600 XP. It is rested XP, so it's a little bit of a bonus.
Let's make haste, champion. We must notify our allies of what we've
I anticipated your exodus from the city would be boisterous. But you enjoy.
We got a little bit more kedge, which is great. We can go buy one of those knowledge books.
And reunited with your companions. Impressive, my darling morsel.
And we're connecting
I shall reach out
the
to
faction known as the Severed Threads, which is the General, the Vizier, and the Weaver.
This delightful tangle of threads. I'll require your presence during this initial communique.
However, disposing of Xalatath will not be enough to save our people. It is Ansarek that is leading us to our downfall. Ah, you speak of insurrection. You don't know our queen as I know her. Our people go missing. Dark forces walk the palace. Ansarek only thinks of power.
But she is still Nephris's blood. Is there no redeeming her?
We've blinded our tired hearts from the truth, Widow. Ansarek is nothing like her mother. Indeed, but we three can work together to restore Nephris's ideals instead.
I understand. We must slay Ansarek and sever the threads that shackle our people.
All right.
A little weave rat told me you arrived.
And that's it. We're done. It'll look a little bit different for a new player. You'll actually get a little screen that'll pop up that says, congratulations, you've completed the campaign. You've unlocked world quests, and you might need to be level 80. I'm not entirely positive. I'm going to toggle world quests back on. I'll remove the pet battle world quests so that I can see them on my map. But then your map should look a little bit more like mine. So you'll get things like world quests, which are basically just quests that reward you with level appropriate gear, gold. You can see here 810 gold for completing this world quest, reputation. So here you can see at Skyrider's Purse, a little bit of gold, resonance crystals, but primarily it's gold and gear, and rep are the rewards from world quests. You don't get world quests down in Azj-Kahet until you align. You build your faction a little bit differently with the Severed Threads. You actually align with the Vizier, the Weaver, or the General for that week, and when you do, it'll unlock world quests in this zone. So for right now, we're done with the campaign. Yeah, here you go. Meet with Moira and your allies. In Dornegal, this will grant you access to world quests and adventure mode, so we're just going to accept that. And we're going to pop back up. Did I go to the wrong one? Yes, I did. Pop back up to Dornegal through the portal, which you'll now have access to. You just walk straight into it. It's going to pop you up topside. And just like that, we're back up at the top. We can fly over to Moira. Just turn this quest in. You should get a little pop-up. So we are halfway through level 78. Again, we had 25% increase. There it is. Campaign complete. World quests and events unlocked. Adventure mode unlocked. Earth and allied race quests available. So if you want to unlock a new allied race, you can now do the Earth and allied race quests. Any other characters that you level, you don't have to go through the campaigns in the specific order. You can go through any zone and do the quests. You can just get world quests and start doing those. You can do the bonus objectives. You could level just through dungeons. The reason that we had to do the campaign was to unlock the weekly events and the world quests. So we can now start doing some of that for gear. Now the gear is going to be better at level 80. So if you just finished and you're not level 80 yet, I would recommend just like holding off and doing either some side quests. This cluster down here, for example, could be pretty good. Get you at least a level or two. Side quests, just like normal quests, you just go through and complete whatever the objectives are. Any of the gold world quests you could absolutely do. It's going to give you 11,000 XP, but more importantly, it's going to give us 810 gold. So it is just like a regular quest. It's going to give you some XP, but gold is going to be really important for us. And they recently buffed gold from world quests, so you'll probably see us doing a lot of these. I'm just going to go do this one right now, just to show you an example of what a world quest looks like. And then the other option is to run some delves. So you can't level your delves past 4 until you hit level 80, but you can go into delves and just run those over and over. You do get some XP. I don't think that it's the best XP like per hour or anything like that. My recommendation would be to just go to a side quest zone. Find a handled. Oh, I have to go over to this one. Go over to like a side quest zone, or just start spamming some dungeons, which is probably what we're going to do, because we're going to start talking about like multiple specs and stuff like that. So we'll get our last level and a half just through dungeons, world quests for golds, maybe some side quests just to show you what an example of that looks like. But we're going to be saving that for next time. We're going to end here just by doing this world quest, which is to collect this ore. We picked up some climbing gear, and we're just hopping around. Oh, we lost our grip.
Thank you for collecting those.
So that gave us 8 resonance crystals, which is a currency used for like transmog. You can see I have 100,000 of it across all my characters. But more importantly, we got that 810 gold, which is going to bring us up to 10,000 gold at the end of the campaign, which is not too bad. And then I do have one remaining quest from the Earthcrawl Mines delve that we did. I can just turn that in. There are quests every time you go into a delve for the first time. It's going to give you a quest. So you can see here, these quests are actually pretty decent. 87,000 experience is a pretty good chunk. We were getting about 22k from the quest that we were doing as part of the, it was a good chunk. So delve's definitely doable. I would recommend doing a different delve each time to get that quest. So we did the Earthcrawl Mines. I could go into Fungal Folly, pick up a new quest that'll have me turn it in here. I go into Kriegval's Rest, get a new quest, it'll have me turn it in outside, and that'll give us some pretty sizable chunks of XP. So what do you do when you finish the campaign? You want to finish leveling. You can also do this as you're going through the campaign. So instead of like, when I was over here in Freywold Village doing this part of the campaign, I could have just knocked out these quests. That would have given me a little bit of a level boost, would have made, killing things in Azj-Kahet probably a little bit easier, a little bit faster, and would have ended the campaign with me hitting level 80, but it really doesn't matter. You can do it however you want. So side quests, bonus objectives, world quests, but probably avoid the gear ones. Although it probably doesn't matter really. Once we hit level 80, we will get, we'll start the next part of the campaign, which is going to give us better gear. So you can do any world quest that you want. And then you can also press I on your keyboard to open up the dungeon finder. Dungeons, they will award you with experience through doing the dungeon, a little bit of gold, and then you can see here 69,000 experience. The other thing that you can do, depending on what week it is you can do time walking dungeons. You can see here the experience is increased. It's actually 104,000, which is pretty substantial. Plus, you'll get time warp badges, which is a currency used for transmog and for heirloom gear, and mounts and pets. And you'll get some gear from completing the dungeons, along with XP from completing the dungeons. So the XP per hour probably depends a little bit on like which time walking it is. Wrath of the Lich King dungeons are a little bit of a slog, but time walking rotates with the calendar. It's not always up, it just happens to be up this week. So you can look for the time walking queue, and if not, you can just do random dungeons. If you do specific dungeons, you don't get that bonus XP for doing a random one, so I'd recommend doing a random dungeons. What we're gonna do next time, we're gonna end the video here because we're right at that 2-hour mark. And what we're gonna do next time is we're gonna get level 80, and we're gonna break into the new area and start getting some better gear, getting our artifact cloak, which is the sort of gimmick for season 3. And we'll start doing some dungeons and raids, collecting tier sets, talking about all the different things you can do at endgame, getting some gold, getting some crafted gear, all sorts of stuff. So the next episode is really where it's gonna jump off in terms of like what you can do in the end. So tune into that one for sure. And thanks for watching. If you liked this sort of style of video, please like and subscribe. It is what keeps me going and keeps me fueled. There's a new player Discord that will be linked in the description. You can join me and my other friend Guy as he works through World of Warcraft for the first time, or as a returning player. So shout out to Guy. He's my only Discord member right now, but it's a new player Discord. It's just designed to have some resources, ask questions, get some answers, so feel free to jump in there. Thanks for watching.